In this video, I'm going to be going over all of the solo RPG releases of the last month on itch.io, Kickstarter, and I didn't see anything new on GameFound, so nothing happening there. But these are for the last 30 days. What I do is I go to itch.io, I look in the top physical games using the tag solo RPG to search, and then I go down to Wren and I select the last 30 days, and I just kind of pick stuff out that seems interesting. And I did the same thing on Kickstarter. Now, the first game that kind of stood out to me is Valley of the Shimmering God. This is by SilverNightingale. And it stood out to me because it is a system-agnostic adventure setting. There's some serendipity here. I have a video coming out, or at least planned soon, about solo RPG settings and how I think there's more of a need for that in the RPG space. And look at this. This is a system-agnostic adventure setting tagged with solo RPG, so let's find out what it is. It is a system-agnostic adventure. It says all in one page. Okay, so it's one of those small RPGs, $2. Features full regional hexcrawling tables, encounter tables, mini dungeon, and a 2-floor dungeon. So I think what we're getting here is exactly what's on the screenshots here. We get a dungeon, plus the hex crawl itself. I don't actually see any hexes, but I personally think hexes, oh, there they are. They're, oh, that's neat. They're just the corners, so you get a better sense of the art. I like that. And then, yeah, Town of Blackmoor, the Spire, the Lair. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so not a full setting, more like a hex crawl, dungeon crawl. I was kind of hoping it would be more, but it's neat nonetheless. Check it out. Again, Valley of the Shimmering God by SilverNightingale. Next is A Year in Farm Valley. This is something that I'm very surprised I haven't seen more of. This is a farming game. It appears by jendefer, like Jennifer maybe, but jendefer. Congratulations, you have inherited a derelict farm near a small town. Over the course of a year, you will settle into life there, improving the poverty, exploring the environment, getting to know the townsfolk, establishing a business, and celebrating it all. A Year in the Farm Valley is a GM-less role-playing game from one or more players. Awesome D6 system. Game flowchart. This is what I like to see. Heck yes. A closed loop for game flow. I love that in solo RPG. So you work on a project, you react to the card draw. Is the season over? If no, you kind of repeat. And then if yes, you go to the festival and then you do a stat increase. Game length options. Love that in solo RPGs as well. It's a card-driven game, it looks like. Man, this is cool. Look at this map. Oh, this is cool. This is awesome. Wow, this is... So, I'm going to be honest. Oh, and then you have the, this is what playing looks like. Very cool. Relationships. Oh, so Stardew Valley, obviously huge in the video game industry since, what, 2017? 2016? I can't remember. But I'm always surprised that there's not like an all-encompassing farming RPG. It just seems ripe. Like, I'm talking like a big RPG, you know, that has things like relationships, okay, philanthropy, community building, wilderness foraging, homesteading, farming, and this looks like it's doing it. Production, it's by Dicey Stories. Production here is obviously not as high as some of these other ones, but I think it's a cool project, and it is free. So well put together. I'm going to be checking it out, and I suggest you do as well if you're interested into the farming genre, which I think there should be more of. Next is Edwardian Melodrama by GeordieBoy. I think I've covered something else by GeordieBoy, but I've talked in the past about how a Victorian game I think is really cool. This one's Edwardian, very similar. A solo role-playing game of love, duty, scandal, and ruin. The gas lamps burn low, a letter is torn in two, a name whispered in a drawing room becomes tomorrow's headline. This is Edwardian England, 1901 to 1914, an age of elegance, hypocrisy, and heartbreak. All right, so the game unfolds in 3 acts. Shadows of Society, Breaking Point, and Fall or Redemption. So it is another playing card-driven game, journaling game it looks like, which makes sense. I don't know how you do a solo Victorian or Edwardian role-playing game that is not a journal. It just, the theme fits the medium perfectly. This one is free. We'll dive in here, take a look. It's kind of, okay, so you have all of the different, okay, that's cool. The card deck working as an oracle with all the different types of people you might interact with. There's the different acts, rivals and confrontation. Okay, very cool. Examples of play. So yeah, card-driven solo RPG, journaling RPG. If you're interested, check out the Edwardian Melodrama by GeordieBoy. Up next is Pirates Plunder, a solo treasure hunting game. This is another theme that I think there could be way more games about. There's a lot of fantasy, a lot of sci-fi right now in the solo RPG space. A lot of like horror and grim style stuff. Not a lot of pirate stuff, traditional pirate stuff. This looks less like a solo RPG, more like a roll and write style game. Let's take a look. I should mention who this is. This is by Wildspark, a Pirates Plunder, a solo treasure hunting game by Wildspark. So yeah, these types of games, I absolutely love them. I like designing them too. They're very, very fun. Okay, so it is not actually a board game. You have events, prompts, and actions. Is it? Let me see here. So you roll dice. You start here. You have these impassable barriers, and let's say you roll a d8. This prompt here. The wild magic of the sea isn't always destructive. How does it take you where you need to go? Is there a cost? So you move to a space that contains a missed treasure. Okay, so it's a combination. It's like the action resolution here is dice roll and movement on a map, but then you interpret that using the prompt as you record what's going on within the it says answer the character questions. Okay, so it's a very, very simple dice game on a map, it looks like, plus an RPG on top of that. And really, that is one of my favorite types of RPGs, where it's like a print and play, almost like a board game, like a tabletop game, where there's rules to play, but then layered on top of that is an RPG. I think that's really, really cool. This one's free, 2 pages. Looks relatively simple, but if you're into a quick solo pirate RPG/game, check it out. Again, this is Pirates Plunder by Wildspark. Up next, we have Star Shepherds. I just mentioned how there's a lot of space games, but I can't help myself when I see a space game. This one is interesting. This is by Shadowchild Games. You are Star Shepherds, each with your own flock of glowing sheep. What? Your duty, guide them safely across the skies, shaping constellations before the sun rises. That is a theme. Holy cow, that is absolutely crazy. This is interesting. I haven't seen this yet, but it makes sense. Here is a little badge that says human made. And obviously with the rise of AI and people using AI for creative endeavors, which, you know, I agree with a lot of folks out there that it just doesn't make sense. What's the point of going on a creative endeavor if you're going to use a computer to create the creative thing? Anyways, I might add something like this to my games. I think that's a really, really good idea. Some sort of badge that says human made. Anyways, let's see here. D6 die notepad recording device. So it's like a journaling game, maybe, but it does have other options here on how to journal. And I like that in games where you can kind of choose the medium that's going to work best for you. Elements of play, whimsy, and fantasy. Oh, you can play multiplayer. That's cool. Your flocks will mingle, creating new constellations. That is kind of a neat idea. I think that would be really, really interesting. Black holes threaten your flock. So it's $5. I really do wish there was more screenshots so we could see what you would be getting. I always think that is, like, if you're on itch.io, you only get 5 screenshots. Put something up there. Use all 5 of them. Just make sure that people can see what they're going to be getting, especially if it's a paid game. But even if it's not, it just helps them make a decision sooner. So, because hitting the download button and then going into the download, that is effort, and some people aren't willing to do that if they don't see the screenshots. Anyways, this looks cool. I will probably be checking this out again. I wish there was screenshots, but the theme is something I've never seen before, and I like the idea, whether it's solo or collaboratively, of doing something in the solo RPG besides journaling. And it sounds like you're going to be creating constellations using your sheep. That sounds absolutely cool. So that's Star Shepherds by Shadowchild Games. Next, D6 Birthday Wishes. I don't even know if this is a solo RPG. I don't think I've ever seen like a birthday, well, maybe I've seen a birthday themed RPG, but this one just caught my eye. It says, aren't you tired of old boring birthday cards that are the same every year? So this is, I've started to write playable birthday wishes for my friends this year, and I thought I'd share it with the community. This is cool. So this is by Wren, W-R-E-N, D6 Birthday Wishes. So it's basically almost like a Mad Lib, where you roll a series of prompts and put it together. So let's do a random one. Roll a d6. I wish you a never-ending birthday to you. For your celebration, here comes a delegacy. Oh, delegacy, like a delegation. Wow, a delegacy of cats in formal clothes, with a very old-fashioned camera that always misses something in the pictures, and an elegant invitation card for your party. On the card, there is a group of words that changes order until you understand how to tame them. Your party will be held among the stars in the vastness of space where no one can hear you scream. High volume will not be a problem for once. Enjoy your birthday. That's kind of a cool idea. I do like the idea of small little, maybe not even games, but just some dice interaction with things like this. This is neat. Check it out. It looks like it's free. Yep. And obviously you can make your own relatively easily too. So very cool idea. D6 Birthday Wishes by Wren. Next is Solo Hexcrawling 2.0. This is by Basunat. This is absolutely something I'll be checking out. A standalone guide to solo RPG exploration, a beginner's guide to point crawling solo RPG, and then solo RPG with miniatures. Again, I wish there was a few more screenshots, but I do like what I'm seeing so far. You'll find a guided start that lets you play with, in minutes, robust wilderness and dungeon procedures like watches, travel pace, survival rules. I think this is really, really cool. It says a system glue framework that grafts hex crawls onto popular games. Love it. Absolutely love this. This is a standalone. So this is 2.0. There was a 1.0, and I think I don't know if I bought 1.0, but I definitely took a look at it. But it's I like this. I like this. So when I'm looking at when I look at something like this, a guide that I can use with other games, I look for a toolbox rule system. And a closed that offers a closed loop of gameplay. So essentially a toolbox, it gives me a bunch of rules and I can pick and choose the ones that I want to use, and then a closed loop system so that I don't have any guesswork when I sit down to play. I can just focus on playing and doing the story and not having to worry about what's next. So a short example of a loop would be like enter a new space, roll for random encounter, do character actions, and then either rest or enter a new space. You know, something like that, so that I'm not deciding what's next. It's kind of like, oh, here's the next phase. It limits my decision making in a way where I don't have to all the time figure out what's next. It's like, oh, I can either rest here and do more actions or move on. Anyways, this looks cool if you're into solo hex crawling. It's probably worth it. $4.95. I don't see a page number, which is always helpful, but more information maybe. Nope. Anyways, check it out. I think I will be. Then the last one. This is Cyber Memories. I found this on Kickstarter. Actually, the backer or the creator here, Theo Ronson, sent me an email alerting me of it. I think it looks cool. Cyber Memories solo RPG. Run, fight, remember, or vanish. This reminds me a lot of Thousand Year Vampire. There's been a few other games kind of in this genre where you are something instead of a vampire and you are dealing with present events, but at the same time trying to recover your past or perhaps forget it. So let's read a little bit about it. Cyber Memories is a solo cyberpunk RPG, easy to learn, hard to master, and crafted for quick, immersive print and play sessions. From the ashes of the AI overthrow rises a fractured future. Megacorps and street gangs clash over dwindling resources, while AI chimeras, oh, that's kind of cool, prowl the wastelands and lurk in the forgotten depths of the sprawling megacities. As a forgotten passenger in your own life, you drift through the dark alleys of Altamar. I like that name as a setting. You're a mercenary, a fixer, or just a lost wanderer. You don't know. After an unexpected encounter with an underground dock, you uncover the truth. Your memories have been erased by neural malware, and you have 24 time units to reclaim your memories, or they'll be lost forever. Time units. That is both sterile and sci-fi. That's fun. So the clock is ticking. So yeah, it does not launch yet. You give a notify on launch button here. But yeah, if you liked Interview with a Vampire, or not Interview with a Vampire, sure. If you liked Interview with a Vampire, I'm sure you'll like this too. But if you like Thousand Year Vampire, you'll also probably like this. And it looks like it, I mean, it's got some screenshots here. I don't know if there's more screenshots around, but yeah, it looks cool. I would definitely check this out if it's something you are into. And that's it. That is October of 2025 top games, solo games I found on itch.io, Kickstarter, and GameFound. Check it out. Let me know in the comments below things that you've found in the last month that you like, things that might deserve a shout out. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.